Hey everyone, welcome to TIW Podcast. I'm Eric, and today I watched The Mandalorian Season 1, Episode 6, Chapter 6, The Prisoner. Spoilers ahoy, if you haven't seen this episode yet, don't want to find out what happens, I am going to talk about some of the twists in this episode. Although this is going to be a very short episode, I really just want to say this episode is awesome. The cast for this episode is fantastic. We have this whole crew of for criminal activities, one of which being Bill Burr. He's the one you can most readily recognize since he's not wearing all kinds of makeup and all of that. We also have Clancy Brown. That's what it is. From Shawshank Redemption and a whole bunch of other stuff. I did not recognize him. I had to look him up. The Twi'lek gal, I forget the actress's name, but she's awesome in this episode. And then the droid Zero, played by Richard Ayoade, who's you may know from the IT Crowd, one of the funniest shows ever made. So, such a friggin' great cast for this episode. That alone made me enjoy it quite a bit, but also that the episode is a heist. They're going to basically, rescue isn't really the word for somebody who's rightfully imprisoned, but they go to break out the Twi'lek gal's brother, and it's mostly a droid operated ship, and really the Mandalorian is really getting taken advantage of because he gets this job from an old quote unquote friend, and it's all a setup because once they get the prisoner out, who he has some bad history with anyway, they lock him inside of the cell that he was in. So, it's a double cross within a double cross and all that kind of stuff. All the stuff I freaking love about heist films, and it's all in this episode. But he is ultimately successful. And at the very end, okay, first of all, I am glad that he didn't kill anybody. He left all those other guys locked up in that cell without any crew on board or anything. Or I guess they'll end up wherever that prison ship is supposed to be going anyway. But there's like a Mayday tracker that the unfortunate only human crew member had activated before he was shot. But the Mandalorian takes that with him back to deliver the bounty of this prisoner. And so he gets away, he leaves, and then the real shady dude is all like, okay, go kill him. And he sends a fighter to go get him. But before that can happen, X-Wings appear. They're like, oh, this is where the Mayday is happening. And it looks like they're launching a fighter ship. Let's take this down. They just destroy this ship or space station or whatever this vessel is called. But and the Mandalorian is well on his way when that happens. So that was super awesome as well. A great twist on top of everything else. And then after that, it's revealed that he didn't kill anybody. They're all, he caused the deaths of everybody who was on that thing, which hopefully is just those two guys. But he did not directly cause the death of the guys that got locked up in there. So there you go. It worked out. It worked out all right. I mean, I'm not saying he's doing nice things, but he's not doing completely evil things. So yeah, that is all my I just really like this episode. It's my favorite episode of the season. If it was like Bill Burr is so great. Like when he's introduced in the beginning, he's like, hey, he's a sharpshooter. He's like, oh, the Mandalorian says something about it that he doesn't have to worry about it then or something like that. And And Bill is like, I wasn't a freaking stormtrooper. Come on. Like that. And not those words, but that was great. It was great. And just Bill Burr in this universe is so amazing. I like it a lot. So I hope if there's a season 2 that these guys come back for revenge and that we get to see more of Bill Burr in Star Wars because I love it. So anyway, next episode, chapter 7, it is out right now. I'm really looking forward to it. The thumbnail is of Giancarlo Esposito, however you pronounce his last name. So like that's kind of a spoiler, but it's when you go to watch it, it's the thumbnail, so you know he's going to be in that episode. But I'm really excited for this. It's out 2 days early because of the movie coming out this weekend, and I'm really excited for that as well. So I'm going to end this episode here so I can get to watching that. What was your favorite moment of The Mandalorian Chapter 6? Could it have been when... Oh, I can't remember any specifics to give ideas. My favorite part was the stormtrooper thing. But he's such a wise ass throughout the entire episode. I love it. But yeah, let me know what your favorite moments from this episode are and what you're looking forward to happening next, what you think will happen next. And I realize that it could be argued that this episode specifically does not continue the story of the Mandalorian being pursued for having Baby Yoda and all of that. And yeah, I agree, but it does tie into that. It does the story does continue because he's like, oh yeah, that was a bad idea, talking to the Yodes there, and Yodes. So Holly Randall, who is Flying Frog Illustrations, she's been drawing a lot of Baby Yoda, or painting a lot of Baby Yoda illustrations, and she calls him Yoda, or not, she calls him Yo-Yo, and I like that nickname. And a lot of people are just calling him Baby. A lot of people call him Baby Yoda. The Yodes, I'm going to call him the Yodes. That's my personal nickname for him now, since I just said it for the first time a few seconds ago. But anyway, let me know what you thought about all that stuff by tweeting me at TIW Podcast. Go to TIWpodcast.com for more reviews. If you enjoyed this episode or anything else on the site, please share some links with your friends. Subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you like to listen. Stay safe out there in all of the infinite multiverses. And I'll see you next time here on TIW Podcast. Bye.